Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm just going to wait a few minutes to see if anyone pops on. Okay. Things are popping up on me on this Facebook dashboard. I really should be used to this by now since I'm a millennial and all that. Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Serena. I've been part of the tribe since the beginning. I'm a beta founder. And today I'm going to do a live video to talk a little bit about tarot and what it is, what it isn't, and then I'm going to show you a quick reading for the group as a whole. And if anyone's on here and they have any questions, they can go ahead and ask me. I can answer those during, if I can figure that out, or at the end. Okay, let me see. Let me just make sure that the comments are turned on. All right. Okay, so I recently did a tarot mastery course, and now I'm certified to do tarot readings, which I'm super excited about. I got into tarot because of my weight loss surgery journey. I found that a lot of the information was not really clicking in a way that I found kind of spoke to me on a deeper level. And tarot was a tool that helped me kind of illuminate some of those under layers that I didn't even know needed some attention. So a lot of people think of tarot and they think, oh, that's like woo-woo, that's, I don't want any predictions of the future, like anything like that. And that's totally, some people use tarot that way, but the way that tarot is meant to be used is as an illumination tool to kind of illuminate some past, current situations, and even sort of future trajectories that might help you move along in your journey. So again, think of it as like your weight loss surgery. It's a tool that helps you to get to a certain point. And so for me, it was like, all right, eating, nutrition, weight loss surgery, more eating, nutrition, and all that stuff. But I found that like what needed a little bit more nourishing, more attention was actually my connection to my own soul, my spirit. And I think that tarot really helped me kind of tap into that underlayer. And I think that tarot can help anyone who is feeling a little bit foggy or a little bit lost or needing some clarity on some situation to really take that next step and see their path a little bit more clearly. I think tarot is especially useful and exciting and interesting for people who've had weight loss surgery, because oftentimes there are parts of, I'll speak for myself, there's definitely many parts of what I felt was happening to me, and I felt very much like I was a victim, and there were just parts of my life and my journey and things that I just didn't want to see or wasn't ready to see, or sort of any combination of those two things. And I think that tarot helps us almost objectively see those areas, and really just sets it up to be like, hey, this is like what you need to focus on, this is what you need to know, and it kind of guides you into a direction of how you can get more action out of all of that like confusion in your head. And yeah, so that's basically a little introduction onto what tarot is. And I created a short spread that I think is really useful for someone who has had weight loss surgery or who is on this weight loss surgery journey. And I'm really excited to share these cards with you about your weight loss surgery journey. So I hope that they resonate. I'd love to hear in the comments if you find that any particular card is really resonating with you, or if you're like really struggling with something and this card really just kind of like helps you have that light bulb moment. Okay, so the first card that I pulled has to do with the overall energy of your weight loss surgery journey. And so for that, I pulled this card, which is the Hierophant. I actually never know how to pronounce this. And so the energy of this card is kind of like your wiser older sibling or a wiser mentor. Or a trusted mentor, or, you know, a trusted parent or someone like that. It's kind of a lot like the energy that I find in this tribe, or that you might find in this tribe. Lots of different people on their journeys, different stages, but most importantly, like people who have been there, done that. They're wiser, and they know where you are. They remember that spot, and they know when you're about to F it up too. And most importantly, this card is a reminder to cut the BS, to get your shit together, and your mentors, your elders are not afraid to remind you to get that stuff together and get a little bit more discipline in your life. I feel like a lot of us, again, sorry, I'm going to speak for myself. I feel like for me, a lot of the time I'm always victimizing myself, and what I really need is to just buckle up, pull up my bootstraps, and get a little more disciplined, even in just one small area. You know, I'm not saying go and, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, but you can pull up your bootstraps and put on one brick onto that wall, and you know, invite a little bit more discipline into your life. And this card is really just a reminder that no matter where you are on this journey, whether it's before, during, you're not going to be online during your surgery, but you know what I mean, like that immediate before and after surgery, you know, 6 months, 1 year, 10 years post-op, there's just always a little bit of room. There's always someone that's a little farther along on that journey. There's always a little more room to improve, a little more discipline to bring into our lives, a little bit more, you know, structure that we can bring in. And this card is really just a reminder of that. So again, this is sort of the overall energy as a collective in this group of our weight loss surgery journey. Okay. The next card that I drew is an area that you need to release. And so this card is the Moon. And so the Moon is a really beautiful card because it's one of my favorite cards. But it also has sort of this cautionary side where, you know, in the moonlight you can see some things, but you know, not in their entirety. So sometimes, you know, what brings up with this Moon card is the idea of illusions. So illusions presenting to us. So in the case of our weight loss surgery journey, it's illusions often that we show ourselves, or that we have, like, that we elude ourselves from. That makes sense. Like, oh yeah, I have this under control, or oh yeah, like, you know, it's just 1 pound, or oh yeah, like it's just, you know, I just had 1 spoon of peanut butter, you know, like the spoon's like this big, right? Like we all have had those times where we're looking at our lives and we're saying, oh, it's okay, like, you know, with this kind of like rose-colored glasses, we're kind of we know intuitively deep down that we're fooling ourselves. And this card is just kind of a reminder that those illusions are not, they don't serve us. They just hurt us and derail us from our path. And, you know, in our best interest, we intuitively know that those things are not helpful to us. And so that this is an area that we really need to release. It's time to release them. You know, the moon only shines at night, and eventually the sun rises and shows us the full situation of what's going on. And so eventually whatever you're hiding or whatever you're alluding to yourself is going to come up, and you need to let it go. Okay, the third card that I pulled is an area that needs nourishing. So this card is the Judgment card. Okay, and so this card is about reaching your highest potential. And I think that this is so perfect for our weight loss surgery journeys because excuse me, I'm about to die, so I'm gonna plug my computer in. Okay, so the Judgment card is really just about reaching our highest potential. And I think that on our weight loss surgery journeys, our whole purpose for change, our whole why is so that we can reach that highest potential. And so this is just an area that we are constantly nourishing. We are constantly saying, like, let's get to that highest level that we can. And the Judgment card is like a reminder that at the end of our lives, when we look back, are we going to say that we honestly took that elevator all the way to the roof, all the way to the highest, to the penthouse, to the penthouse? You are already on the right path. You are here, you are educating yourself, you see the path in front of you, you know where you need to go next. And the Judgment card is just a reminder to not settle for the second floor, not settle for the third floor, don't even settle for the 756th floor. Like, we are going straight to the roof, and then we're going to find the roof on the roof, and you are worthy of reaching that roof of the roof, and your best life is waiting for you. It's waiting patiently for you to go and reach it and live it. So this is just such a beautiful card. And, one thing I wanted to note is that these three cards, the first three cards that I pulled, these are all part of the major arcana cards, which is like all about life's big milestone moments and life, capital L's journey, capital J journey. And something really cool that happened with these three cards is they have numbers, and these are in order. And so they showed up in this reading in order, showing us that, like, wow, like, what, life is an epic journey, but, weight loss surgery is also an epic journey. And these three cards are just sort of like winking at that fact. So that's really exciting. And then my last card that I pulled, which I honestly couldn't think of a better card. This is an outside resource to look to for support. And if any of you follow me on Instagram, I actually pulled this card yesterday for the group. This card is the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups is all of these beautiful little jellyfish. I hope you're enjoying the art on my cards, by the way. I love them. So this card is just, it's amazing. It's about joy and harmony and finding community with others. It's knowing that there are hundreds of other people on this journey with you. And, like we've heard before, if you're trying to do it, you know that someone else has done it, and there's someone else that can show you the way and help you along this journey. And we don't all have to be moving, in parallel all the time. A lot of, if you grew up in the US, we live in a very individualistic society where everyone's just kind of in their own lane. And if they just look to the left or right, they would see that there are other people on the same path that they are, but don't even think to look and ask for help or ask for resources or interact. And so this card is just so perfect to look for resources for support. We have access to this amazing group, and they can help you move forward in this journey. And not only that, but you need this support to move forward in your journey, because you need someone who's going to be up on that highest floor, giving you a hand up. If there's no one up there giving you a hand, it's going to be a lot harder to get there. And you don't need to reinvent the wheel on this journey. You have so many who have done it before you. So this card is, this card is just, it's perfect. I'm nerding out a little bit. And we're so lucky that we have access to people all across the world. And the card is just kind of a reminder that, hey, we are so lucky. We have this like virtual community of people that we, 20 years ago would never have had access to, and use it to your advantage, because why not? All right, so that is the reading for today. So I'm just going to recap really quick. So the overall energy of our journey is the Hierophant, and this is like, get your stuff together, bring in a little more discipline into your life. There's always room for growth and more discipline. An area you need to release. This is an area you need to release. Any sort of illusions that you're putting on for yourself, just let them go. You're not fooling anyone but yourself. An area you need to nourish. This Judgment card, nourishing the idea that your highest self is possible, and that highest self is just waiting for you to go and live it. And then finally, your outside resource for support, which is our community. This community, any community that you find, lifts you up in ways that help you on this journey. Okay, so I will open it up to any questions, if anyone has any questions. It looks like there are no questions here. If you'd like more information, you can follow me on Instagram at sleeved.serenity, or you can check out my website. I am doing a couple of free intuitive readings for the weight loss surgery community in exchange for some feedback to include on my website. So if you are interested in that, then please check it out, sleevedserenity.com. And I look forward to doing another live where I do a couple of quick polls for anyone who's interested or has any quick questions about their weight loss surgery journey. All right, have a wonderful Sunday and go out there and rock it.